there, and welcome back to Real Estate Unlocked, the podcast that helps you make smart, confident property decisions. I'm your host, Brent Govan, buyer's agent, property investor, and proud husband and dad. Whether you're a first-time buyer or building a portfolio, I'm here to guide you with honesty, clarity, and care. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful tools in property investing, equity, and how you can use it to buy your next property. If you owned a property for a few years, there's a good chance you've built up some equity, and you might not even realize what you can do with it. Let's unpack it. What is equity? Equity is the difference between the market value of your property and what you owe on your loan. So if your home is worth $900,000 and you owe $500,000, you've got $400,000 in equity. But here's the key. It's not about using all of that. Lenders usually allow you to access up to about 80% of the property's value, minus what you owe. So in this case, 80% of 900,000 is $720,000. Subtract your loan, what you still owe, of $500,000, and you're left with equity of around $220,000. That's usable equity. That's potentially your deposit and buying costs for your next investment or home. How do you use equity? I got asked to put together a step-by-step. So keeping it really simple. Start with your mortgage broker or your bank. I'll go with your broker. If you don't have one, make sure you get one that's referred. Speak with that mortgage broker. They'll arrange your valuation, confirm your current home's worth, assess how much equity you can access. So based on the valuation, they'll calculate how much usable equity you have. So refinance or top up your loan. You can either increase your current loan or set up a separate loan split. Your broker will help you guide through this again. Now use that equity as your deposit. The equity becomes a deposit for your next property. Without needing to dip into savings or having to save for years on end, you have it ready to go. So you're then ready to start the buying process. From here, it's about defining your strategy, location, budget, and buying with clarity. Now, what do you need to be careful about? Now, using equity is a great strategy. The wealthiest get richer and richer by using equity. That's how they invest. They don't use cash, they use equity. Understand, though, it's not something to rush into. Here's a few things to keep in mind. You're increasing your debt. You're essentially borrowing more money, so it's critical to ensure that your repayments are manageable. Loan serviceability matters. Even if you've got loads of equity, the bank still needs to see that your income can support the increased loan repayments. It needs to also align with your goals. Whether you're buying to grow wealth or upgrade your lifestyle, make sure the numbers and the strategy support your goals. You want to ensure that you are able to afford the repayments comfortably and ensure that you can keep this property long term, taking advantage of the value of your property going up over the next 5, 7, 10 years. Here's a real world example from one of my clients. So I helped them in Melbourne. They owned their own family home for 6 years. Thanks to capital growth and paying down their mortgage, they had around $300,000 in usable equity. Instead of selling and restarting, they used part of their equity to purchase a $650,000 investment property, which happened to be in a state. They did this without using any cash from savings. They didn't have to save a penny. And now they've got 2 properties working for them. And the next goal is to repeat the process again in perhaps a couple of years. This is the power of using equity wisely. It's not just about borrowing more, it's about growing smarter. If you're wondering whether equity could help you buy your next property, whether it's your dream home or an investment, reach out. I'm always happy to have a chat. It won't cost you anything. I'm happy to have a free consultation, give you some clarity, give you some advice before you actually commit to finding an investment property. As always, thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Unlocked. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, share this episode with someone who's ready to make that next step in property. Understand that if you are procrastinating, you're considering investment for quite some time now, get some help. Ask a buyer's agent like myself. We can steer you in the right direction. We can ensure that you have that reassurance and your confidence in the next property purchase you make. Don't think any longer. Instead, grow your wealth. Until next time, I'm Brent Govan, helping you unlock the path to better property decisions. Take care.